Okay, Greg, so I got your watch completely apart, and I'm checking your movement on my time graph right now. It seems to be doing okay so far. So this is the dial that was in there, and because it's a 7002 dial that they were using on a newer NH36 movement, the dial feet aren't going to match that because the dial feet are set for this spacer ring that's on a 7002, obviously. And this is not even a real 7002 dial. It's an aftermarket Philippines made dial. But what you can see is that they used dial adhesive to mount it to the movement spacer ring, which is obviously going to cause issues because the dial can move around. So that's the dial. Here's your movement right here. I just took it off the time grapher, sorry. And then this is the spacer ring that comes with an NH36 movement. Now, if you're using a genuine SKX, Seiko SKX case, you would need to change this movement spacer ring out for the one that is used in Seiko divers, which would be, actually I think I have one I can show you. This one right here would be this. Okay, this is one I have for another customer's watch that I'm building. But obviously they didn't do that, and that's fine if you're using an aftermarket SKX case like they did. This is not a genuine Seiko case, and it's all right if it's an aftermarket case, as long as you do it correctly, because they're, made of stainless steel just like a Seiko case, and they're going to fit Seiko parts, but you got to make sure that all the parts are correct. So what they didn't do was change out the spacer ring. So by not doing that, it could work if you have the proper case back. And with that, you have to have a case back that has the longer thread, or longer, thread height, so that when it screws down onto the back of the case, it's going to hold everything in place and not cause it to jiggle around inside the watch, which is probably why the hands, which are right here, probably why the hands fell apart. I mean, that and the fact that they were probably loomed really crappily to try and match the green loom on this dial here. But here, I'll show you an example of what the proper case back is supposed to look like. So as you can see, this is a real Seiko case back that they used from it would have been off of from according to the date on here, this would have been a July of 2003 or possibly July of 2013 Seiko SKX. It is a 7S260020 case, so that is an SKX model, but obviously it wasn't from this aftermarket case. So anyhow, as you can see, the thread height on it is shorter than the thread height of this case back here, which is an actual aftermarket case back that is designed to be used with a movement spacer ring like that. And here we'll measure it with the calipers just to show you here. So let's reset this to 0. So the height on this one is 480, that's the aftermarket one. And then on the SKX one, 392. Okay, so that's some of the issues right there. Then they just used, this isn't even a genuine Seiko Hardlex crystal. This is just a mineral crystal replacement for Seiko SKX. This is a whatever the click spring that came with this case is, the way that this case is designed. This is the click spring that's designed for it. On a real SKX case, the holes for the click spring would be here and here, and then the actual little things would be positioned, the little arms that come up to allow it to click would be more set back. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But then you got the issue with the crystal gasket. This is a generic clear eye gasket, crystal gasket. They call it eye gasket because it's shaped like an eye. They have some that are shaped like an L, so at the bottom it has a flat area and then comes up. This one is just straight up and down, so it would be considered an eye gasket. But anyway, they're supposed to be black if they're genuine Seiko parts. What else? Chapter ring is aftermarket, Philippines made, and then your bezel. I actually like the design of the knurling on this bezel, but it is aftermarket. Not an issue. I mean, it's got a bezel gasket in there. It's not a very good one, but anyhow, that's not an issue. This can be reused on the watch. And then this ceramic insert, it's not bad. I mean, I think it's ceramic, but anyway, it's not bad. Anyhow, so that's just basically what it looks like, taken completely apart. What was I going to tell you here? Oh, I can reuse this bezel, pull that off, and put a new insert in there. Or I can use a different, actually I don't think I can. I think I would have to reuse this bezel though, because the way that click spring is, and this is, I don't know, I'll check it out and see. But anyhow, what was I gonna say? Let me know, well, no, you said to go ahead and do what I want, have artistic license on this thing, so, or artistic freedom, I should say. So what's probably going to end up happening is once I get everything fitted back in this case, and sorry, my camera skills suck because I'm trying to keep it centered here, but not that great at it. Anyway, once I get this thing all put back together and dialed in the way it's supposed to be, and close up the case, I'm more than likely probably going to put one of my market custom case backs on there for you, due to the fact that it's going to have the right clearance. So you will have a polished piece on the watch, which is a nice finishing touch, I think. Seeing as how you're not gonna see that anyway, and also being that you're gonna run a NATO strap on it, over time what'll happen is the NATO strap will probably wear this coating off, if this is Cerakoting. I don't even think this is Cerakoting, to be honest with you. I think it's some sort of high temp paint they used. It's not, it might be PVD coating, but it definitely doesn't feel like Cerakoting at all. So it's either PVD or some sort of high temp paint, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, I don't know how strong it is though, but it doesn't look bad at all. So, and then the other thing that I'll be replacing is these spring bars, which I don't even know if this case is designed. I guess there's one way to find out. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something here. Supposed to, with Seiko SKXs, have what is known as the fat spring bars. So this is a Seiko fat spring bar compared to the spring bars they have, and as you can see, it's not only fatter in the sense of that it's wider and bulkier, but also the tip itself is fatter than the other one, and that is because on a real SKX case, I'm looking at this right now, well, it looks like this one takes the fatter ones as well, but on a, oh, maybe not. No, that's why they didn't use it. Yeah. Okay, so this case won't take a fat one. I don't think it will. Let's see here. No. No, I won't. So this aftermarket case will not take the Seiko fat spring bars. So you have to continue to use these ones that they put on there. Yeah, interesting. But salvageable. I mean, if I start working on it and I see that there's issues with it just not being up to par, or, you know, not jiving with the quality that I would expect, then yeah, we'll go another route. Luckily for you, I have options. So I actually have my own aftermarket cases that I use that would you know, work, but I think this one will work. It's just gonna take me making sure I get everything fitted correctly, piece it together right. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you a little update, see what's going on. All right, thanks.